Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Sorry, just listening. Um, you've done this before, you know how it works. I just like to remind you this is not an exact science. If it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind. You'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later. We communicate the best we can. So, hope it's not too noisy. I'm out. I made my camper my she shed since my husband retired. It's been a little rough trying to work. So, hopefully it's not noisy because I had to open the door. It's hot. So, we're going to talk to your daughter today. She's pointing at my shirt. That's why I started laughing when I was trying to do my intro. Do it again. No. She's pointing at the ghost eye, her eyes, and she's laughing. Did she have some sunglasses, some toy sunglasses, kind of like these, or she just thinks it's hilarious? I just got this shirt today, just here for the boobs. She says boobs, and she's giggling like giggling like I shouldn't have said that word. Kind of giggle, like said it, I did it. She's all giggly, she's smiley, she looks beautiful. She's talking about a bow in her hair. I don't remember in the picture what. First she shows me a pink bow, and then she shows me a purple one, but it's actually a bow, like a bow, like a bow tie bow, that kind of bow, like a Christmas package bow in her hair. She has her hair up, so I don't know if she used to wear her hair like that, or maybe you have a picture sitting there with her hair with a bow like that in her hair. There's always a reason for whatever they show or say. She says she's been tickling her brother. So if you see him kind of have an itchy spot, or kind of like he's got bugs or something, she's tickling him. He feels that tickle. And it's so easy for little kids. I don't remember how old her brother is, but if they're below 10, it's a whole lot easier for them to hear them and feel them and see them. When they get to be about 10, then they kind of start shutting it down because they understand. They're going to think I'm weird if I say I see my sister. Train coming. Let's wait till the train goes by. So I can't tell absolutely for sure whether he actually knows that's her, but she shows him like trying to slap her away, like stop it, kind of thing. She says there's a grandmother there with her. It's not her grandmother, so it's either your grandmother or your great grandmother. And I know that's kind of stretching it out. We'll see if she'll maybe give me a clue. Okay, she's back to the bows in the hair, but she's doing it on top of the grandmother's head. So you have a grandmother that used to either like to make bows or put bows in her hair, or you have a grandmother that used to put bows and ribbons and stuff in her own hair. And that's how she's trying to validate which one it is, who it is. And I hate to make it sound vague, but I always tell people the little lady next door can feel more like your grandmother than your real blood grandmother clear across the country that you talk to once a year at Christmas. So keep that in mind. I hate to, that's stretching it out a lot further than I like to, but just okay. So she wanted me to pull a couple cards before we started. Before we start, so it doesn't take up your time. And these are the ones I let her pick out. So the first one, these are my release cards. This one is. And it says, surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, love, and abundance. She says, so much love. You deserve so much love. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. So even if you don't, hope it's not too bright, too much of a glare on there. Even if you don't feel like you have low self-esteem, there's something in what that says that she wanted to pick that card for you. And she, okay. And so these are my cards from heaven. Can't remember. Messages from heaven, I think they're called, the deck. Anyway, so to go along with this one, you have nothing to feel guilty about. So she wanted to pick this one to go along with the low self-esteem. And then I let her pick one more. And it says, there is no time where I am. Time is only on earth. So she wants you to be aware of that. Just so you know, there's no calendars, there's no clocks, there's no time card to punch. You know, there is no time. It's all, it's hard to explain. A second, a year to us can be a second to them. She says, no, I'm not getting old. And I love you. I love you. And I'm going to keep pestering my brother until he talks to me. So don't try to push him. Don't try to put thoughts in his head. If you influence it, then that'll just kind of, that'll make it more, what's the word I want to use? Just let it come naturally. I can't think of what word I need to use. Noisy train. Just observe and let them play it out. You can't make it happen. Let them play it out. She shows herself that she goes in his room and she literally plops on the bed, like sits on it like really hard, just plop. So I don't know that he would notice, you know, he's a boy. He's a little boy. His covers are probably already messed up. If he would notice, like, where she sat. I mean, she's plopping really hard. She goes like this to him, and it's like she wants to tell him stuff. She wants to talk to him. She's going like this. But you can't make that happen. You just observe. Allow it to happen. And unless you don't want it to. And that's your free will choice. She's not going to leave him anytime soon, though. She's keeping her eye on him. She'll be a good guardian angel for him. A good guide. She's showing, I don't know what you look like. Do you push mow your yard? She's showing you like mowing the yard and wiping the sweat off your brow. I don't know if she's trying to validate that she still sees what you do. And she's like bouncing around out there, just like bouncing around all as you're working it outside in the yard. And then she goes over, the swing she's showing me is a rope swing, you know, with the two ropes hanging from a tree, and you sit in the bottom of the rope. So if you have a swing, or if you have a swing like that, watch for it to move by itself. And of course, Breeze doing it doesn't count. Breeze is kicking ass here right now. Breeze just swung my door. The breeze just came up real fast and swung my door backwards. So, anything that happens to me during a reading is a sign for you, is something for you. So watch a door. Man, I can't really count it if the breeze is kicking up. But the breeze all of a sudden came up really hard and made the door swing out. Watch for that to happen. Or the door was doing a lot of creaking too, because it was wiggling for a while. I asked them for unique signs. Everybody knows about the cardinals and the butterflies and stuff. So I can't quite hear the tune, so it might be a song that I don't know. But she's humming what she says is a lullaby. So it's something that you used to sing or hum to her. She was really little, like trying to get her to go to sleep, and she's doing that to you. So if you hear that, or you wake up and think, I think I heard that song, or you hear it up here with your telepathic ears, know that that's her doing that. Trying to sing you to sleep and calm you down. She says she's trying to let you know with a lot of love that she's still there. And she still cares. And she pulls on her ears. She says she's listening. She's listening to what you're saying to her. And I'm sure I've told you before, I promise 1,000%. She can hear you. She can see you. Talk to her all you want to. You're not going to hurt a thing. She's listening. Sometimes people will say, well, they have other things to do. You should leave them alone. No, they'll get done whatever they need to do. Okay, she's kneeling down and she's got her arm over the back of a big black dog. And she's calling him Roscoe. We stink at names. The more I say it, the worse I'm making it, but I have to explain that we stink at names. So, it's a dog with probably an R name, maybe an R-O name. If it's not Roscoe or something close to that, might have to stretch that outside the box. Big black dog. First, he wasn't really slick-haired, but now she's shown him with a lot more hair, like his tail's fluffy. Kind of like I would almost say Newfoundland. So somebody had this dog. She wants somebody to know that she's got their fur baby and he's okay. And she's just loving and hugging him. Yeah, I'm hearing a song. Okay, she's playing the song Beautiful Crazy. It's a country western song. Even if you don't listen to that kind of music, they'll refer to something that I know so I can pick it out. So I can figure out which one it is. She says, sometimes you feel like you're going crazy, but you are a beautiful crazy. And your crazy is beautiful to her. That's part of the song. So go look that up. Don't remember which country western person sings that. I used to have it as my ringtone. I want to say Luke Combs. Not sure. Okay, did you mention she has an uncle? Does she have she's got an uncle. She's mentioning an uncle. She says she just goes over there and she just kind of sits. Kind of like just very quietly sits there and listens to him. And, okay, so we are pure energy when we leave. We don't have this heavy body. This heavy body is just our car, our vehicle to run around Earth with. Our spirit and soul runs around on Earth in this vehicle. So when we leave, we don't have all this heavy stuff holding us down. So we're just pure spirit. We're pure energy. And she's trying to use that energy, even though she's not showing herself as touching him, but being in his presence, she's trying to give him love and reassurance. And what else? She says, and patience. She says he needs a lot of patience, self-respect, and just general love energy. Everybody feels that kind of energy different, so I don't know if he'll believe it when he feels it or if he'll accept it when he feels it, because she's not like pushing it at him. She's just there in his presence and hoping that her energy will kind of melt off on him. It's kind of a weird way to say it, and give him some kind of peace. But she does kind of stretch up, and as she's sitting beside him, whispers in his ear. She's showing his left ear, doesn't have to be left ear, but I always explain exactly how they're showing it. And she says, I love you. So Mike telling he might hear like a buzzing in one ear. He might hear pss, 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 whispering. He could actually hear the words I love you, but we also have telepathic ears. We can hear it up here and think, no, that's crazy. I didn't hear her say that. No, it works that way. It honestly does. Once in a while, it can be like a low ringing or buzzing or humming too. Sometimes the energy, they don't quite get the words out to where that person can understand them as words. So just keep that in mind. Okay, she's mentioning an Uncle Carl, C-A-R-L. Like again, I don't know why they throw names at me. I don't know why we don't get those right. I can hear all the other words. I can't hear the names correctly. They don't come through right. Anyway, an uncle with a CCA name. Realize she probably does. She probably doesn't have another uncle, but one of you does. So it could be a great uncle. And it could be, she's not saying if he's on the other side with her or if he's here and she's just validating him or acknowledging him, I should say. Something about a rope. I don't think we're talking about a jump rope. She's showing like a rope, almost like the rope with the swing. Kind of one of those big fat ropes. That's the way she's showing it. Sometimes they'll show a bigger rope, so it catches my attention. But it's just hanging there, so I'm not sure what she's showing with this rope. There's nothing on that she's showing me anyway. And she's not explaining why. I love you, Mommy. And you too, Daddy. Okay. Love, she wants it to be explained to you. Love never dies. Love is the highest form of energy there is. Even quantum physics tells you you can't destroy energy. It changes form, but you can't kill it. You can make it be something else, but love is the highest form of energy. Love never dies. Love is the highest energy that we're supposed to be striving for, and we don't do a very good job down here. especially right now. That's the ultimate goal up there, and their ultimate goal for us is for us to achieve it down here. Yeah, I kind of stink at it too. We're not supposed to hate our neighbor. She says, just keep that in mind, Mommy. You should love, oh, she's going to make me cry. She said, you should love everybody the same way you love. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's what they're teaching. She says, I'm learning. She's opening a book. She goes, I'm actually going to school. And I'm going to school not for ABCs, but for, she stopped. But she starts saying something and she stops. And then I hear universe. So the ways of the universe, the ways of up there. She's learning. She's actually learning the things up there that she needs to learn. That we will all learn when we get there. One of her jobs is going to be to teach people empathy. So she's going to be like a little guardian angel, like a guide to people. And if they're not learning empathy, it's her job to find ways down here from up there. She's going to help them down here to learn to have empathy towards others and other things. She says, I have to learn more before I can. So that will be one of her little jobs as a guide. Which, boy, we need people like that. Okay, she says, I love it here. She says, I can't even describe the beauty. It's nothing like on earth. There are no words or colors to describe how beautiful it is and how beautiful it sounds. It's beyond words. And there are no mean people. There's nobody to make you feel bad. There's only love. She's giggling and she says, I even got forgiveness for hitting my brother. And she's giggling. But she's excited about it. And she one time smashed his hand or something, hit him. And it's like maybe he had his hand propped up on something and not looking at you. That's what she's showing. Something like maybe he was sitting on the floor and he was kind of kicking her with his feet or something, and this is the scene she's showing. It's up to her. It's her show. Okay, so there was a little white thing. I don't think it was an animal. Little white thing that was floating around outside my camper door. So watch for something like that. Could be a feather, could be a piece of fluff off a tree or a plant. I don't know where it went. So look for something like a little white puff floats around in the air to be a sign from her. Make sure you validate her, acknowledge her, tell her you love her when you get signs. I have actually seen them like take a leaf, and I was sitting outside and I could see it on the end of, I don't remember whose finger it was, doesn't matter. And I watched the leaf kind of come down, and then I watched it stop and hesitate, and it kind of went up and over and up and then around and down, and there really wasn't any breeze. So they can literally make that happen. Know that I still love you, Mommy, and Daddy, and everybody. She goes to visit somebody's kitty. Animals are like small children. Animals, they can see them, hear them, no problem. Don't know if you have a cat. Somebody has a cat. She goes to pet. There's another little piece of white fluff just floating around. So if you or somebody in your family has a cat, watch the cat. It might act like, you know how cats do, and they pluck their butt up in the air or something, but she's stroking it. So watch for the cat. The cat will see her. The cat loves her. Animals aren't scared of them usually. They're so used to seeing them. Anyway, with that, she's going to leave, but she's trying to do something else. Let's see if she gets that. It's like a tapping, or it's more like a little bit of a thud on a floor, or some kind of a boom, 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 boom. It's not like bouncing a ball on the floor. Okay, so she's showing me the end of a cane. And you know how they have the big rubber ball on the end of most canes? She said it's a sound like that. It's a sound like if you would take this cane with a rubber tip on it, thump it kind of on the floor. So you should hear that. If it scares you, ask her not to do it at that time of day, or ask her not to do that kind of sound, and you don't have to be in your house to hear it. You can hear it anywhere at any time. Even if you see that in a movie, if you see it on Facebook, doesn't matter where or how it happens. I love the unique things they come up with. Because, everybody, they can't validate themselves by everybody showing a cardinal. Although cardinals are a big one. That she's leaving, and she's making that noise on the way out. It should get your attention because it sounds like it would be kind of annoying. She says, I love you, Mommy, and I do hear you. And I know you're sorry. She wants to point. She's pointing to the card. She's pointing to the card. She wants to refer back to the card. You have nothing to feel guilty about. And with that, she's gone. Much love to you, my dear. She feels so sweet. She feels so peaceful. She feels so calm. She feels so loving. She just feels awesome. It's hard to explain, just like peaceful. Much love to you, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Thank you for allowing me to be her voice. Later.